I'm being followed by a robot. Hello, this is Dan. We've talked about, self-driving cars and robotics and all that kind of stuff. And, there's nothing wrong with the technology. I mean, it can be used for the greater good, can help the growth of the economy. But what doesn't work is when you don't have alternatives for the workers that those jobs the robots would take away. What do you do? What kind of jobs do you put in place of, or what kinds of economic circumstances would you create in lieu of robots? That is a good question. I think the economic plan has some good basic ideas in it. Now we need to be more specific when we talk to people. We need to say, okay, let's cut the military budget at least in half. I don't think a lot of people realize that on public record, the budget for this year is probably going to turn out to be at least $1 trillion. That's a lot. It's been in the hundreds of billions of dollars every year for decades now. And it's insane crazy. We have over 800 military bases outside of the U.S. borders, not including what we have in the borders. Russia and China don't have anything close to that, any of the major superpowers. We have more in our budget allotted to keep all that going than probably the next 6 to 8 countries' biggest military budgets. So that's just insane. There's obviously a lot of cuts that can be made there, and transition of the funding to other parts of the economy so that there is abundance for everyone, not just abundance for some. And that is an issue, and it's been an issue for decades in the US. And for those of us that have lived overseas, we know that, right? That this is not a new phenomenon. And it's time that we have a government that does work for the people, or that we are the government. We are the society, so we should be making all the most important decisions, right? That's what a representative government's supposed to be. But when you have a handful of people being your representatives, and they basically mostly represent the people at the top, because those at the top want to stay on top. But it's crazy insane how the system is unraveling, and it's not sustainable. So what are some other solutions? Well, as many cooperative projects as you can possibly find. Everything from community gardens to educational programs in the community where you live to help people in the community. Not help the rich get richer. It makes no sense. And if there is growth in the economy and it's managed properly, then there will be abundance for all. And we can work together on sorting out the problems that can happen with rapid growth. I mean, we knew there were a lot of problems in recent times in China, for instance, but that doesn't mean we focus on the negative. We actually focus on solutions, right? And the same thing would be here. Do we want rapid growth? And if we do, how are we going to implement all the changes? How quickly? What are the changes going to be? I mean, we should all be participating in that discussion. So, and I do recommend the Growth Book, by the way. If you haven't read it, you can find, I believe you can find the audiobook version online, or maybe soon. And this is Dan. Have a great day. Stay in the present moment. And we do need peace now, because that's a big part of the economic solution going forward as well.